Ain't technology great, eh? I was just thinking that because this being March and I'm nearly finished with this school year. It's graduation season for real schools and even for Eikaiwa. So that means April's coming, which means new books for all students. And I'm in the very fortunate position to have new books for everybody, or at least I've made books. I've been doing this for 18 years and I've got books for every year, from kindergarten through elementary school, the 6 years of elementary school, 3 years of kindergarten, 3 years of junior high school, 3 years of senior high school, and I've now done the third book, so I can get through university to the third year of university, which is more than enough, really. Actually, I'm going to be doing. I keep doing new books for the as I've said before, the people at the highest level. So I only have to make one more book each year, and then just reuse the old books. But that's not what I wanted to tell you about. That's what I wanted to tell you about was using technology. And one of the things I've discovered, traveling to England especially, is the wonders of the QR code. Now, I know QR codes are nothing new, and it's used extensively in Japan. But I noticed in England, I don't know about America or other places, they use QR codes for all travel, like on an airplane. So you can just, if you have the QR code, that's your ticket, right? And it made me think, well, it's now become so ubiquitous, it's everywhere. It's time to use it for English teaching. I'm in the process of putting QR codes into every book, not just to some blurb or some advertising, but actually useful. I think, did I mention it last time? But I found a really good use for it. Imagine you're teaching phonics, and it's very important to get the sounds of the letters, all that stuff, with the actions, if you like. Fish, snake, and all that stuff. Well, it's, if you just have a book, it's not enough because it doesn't have any sound. Well, here comes the QR code. Now, here's the promotional bit. You can skip over this bit. I have a phonics book that I've been using since 2021. I wrote it in 2020, 2021, something like that, which is just sort of a practice, and you have to make the sounds and you draw on it's got a grid of 4 lines so the kids can shape the letters. It's designed for like 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, around that age. But of course, there's no sound to it, and so they can kind of copy it, but are they really working on it? They need a teacher to tell them if it's right or wrong. You still need a teacher, but it's kind of tough to practice at home. So what I've got is QR codes on every a worksheet, so that then they can scan it with a smartphone, or the parent can scan a smartphone, and it goes straight to a YouTube video with me doing that page and working on it as a sample. It's not quite the same as me being in the room, obviously, because I can't monitor what the kid's doing and point them in the right direction, but that in itself is not a bad thing. They can do it themselves and have a chance to make mistakes, right, without the teacher saying, no, not like this, not like this, so they can work on it. So it's a fantastic way of getting them to do it for homework, and it adds value for the parents who maybe aren't so au fait with phonics and the ways to teach their own kids. And also, if you've got kids yourself, you know how impossible it is to teach your own children anything. I'm finding that more and more. So this is what I'm using for a phonics book, and I've made there's 42 pages, and I've got 42 lessons and 42 double-page spreads. And so I've made 42 videos of me making all the noises and the shapes and the gestures. This might be of use to you. If you are not sure about the phonics sounds, watch a few of those videos and you'll see what I do. You may be able to make your own actions, but it's all there in a logical way. You could even use the whole textbook. In fact, the textbook at the moment is a very, very reduced cut price amount. The price is going up to a reasonable figure, but I just got it as low as I possibly can so that I can buy some copies to proofread and so on. I don't think there's any mistakes, but you can get yourself a cheap as chips copy right now if you go to the link at the bottom. If you're not interested, if you want to get it completely for free, just watch the videos and you can see what I'm doing, and you can make your own version. But if you don't have the time, get the workbook. I can't guarantee, but I can say that 90% of kids will get phonics after they've used the book. If you teach it to a reasonable level, get them to work on it, by the time they get to about the 30th lesson, they've kind of got it, and you can start using graded readers with your kids. And it's an amazing thing when the parents of your kids see their own kid can actually read in English. I'll put a link to how to teach phonics, which has got more details about all that I wrote, I don't know, a year or so ago. It's also in my book, The Tower English Way, but you don't need to buy that. If you want to be a cheapskate, just look at the link there and watch some of the videos. If any of this is really useful to you, get the phonics book. I'll put a link in there. And if you want to know more about teaching English for yourself, get the Tower English Way. I'll put links to all this stuff and you can find your way through. I'm going to be going on holiday. I'm jetting off to England for a good 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks. So I'll see you after all that. I doubt that I'll be uploading anything while I'm in Blighty. So have a good one and be careful out there, and good luck for April. Okay, I'll talk to you probably next month. Cheerio.